Make so much noise. All right, good night and welcome to the live. Um, Tonight we talking about restoring digestive health. All right. Tonight we're gonna be talking about restoring digestive function, and it's going to be like a 14-day program, so we can follow. Okay. All right. Very significant because, as I said this morning on the post, that 80% of the cancers come from the digestive system. Lupus, cerebrodoma, constipation. Bobby Lamont Anderson, blessings, good night. Tamara Mitchell, good night. Teresa Elaine, good night. Carrie O. Clark, holla, blessed love. Rashida Matthew, good night. Good night, all. Sandy Sweets, watching Carissa Rodriguez, good night, blessed love. And you can, La Michelle, good evening, from Connecticut. You can state the state that you're in. Freddie Snooty, good night. German Andrew Church, blessed love to you all. All right, wonderful. Akua Silka, good night. Avia Blue, good night. Daniel Wynn, hello. Lavrina White, Pepita, good night. Tanisha Mosley, good night. Wonderful. Blessed love. Welcome to the live. Sheena Joseph, good night. Simon Charles, blessed love to you, my brother. Soje Mafia. Lynn Peters, my good friend Lynn Peters. Gina Walker, good night. From Atlanta, wonderful. From Chicago, wonderful. Thanks for watching. Letitia Twin Brother. Kentucky, wonderful. Lakita Lane, my sister. Hey, brother, how sister, how you doing, doll? Long Island, Diana Valdez, good night, blessings. Good night to everybody, blessings to Clara Calise, Reynald John, good night. Right, Smiley Young, Mississippi, Florida. All right, you got to detox, my brother. Blessings to all. Enid Richardson, good night from New York City, Kansas City. Regina Fraser, good night. Maryland's, wonderful. All right, thanks for watching and welcome to the program. And as I said before, earlier today, that we're going to start a digestive program on restoring the digestive health. And if you can remember that some of the videos we did on stomach health and digestive health, we said that that's the earth system. All right. Now I want to mention a little bit about hiatus hernia. A lot of doctors do not look at people who have the stomach pushing up in the hiatus, and a lot of hiatus hernia don't come out on the X-ray. But more than 50% of the world's population do suffer from hiatus hernia. All right. So I'm going to show you tonight how to push back down the stomach if it's pushing up. The stomach over here. Let's put it again. Right, the stomach right over here. Usually, sometimes what happens to the stomach is remember that if the stomach is pushing up into the hiatus, you're gonna get a hiatus hernia, and it can affect the diaphragm. So we're going to show you tonight how to push it back, how to push your stomach back down to prevent that problem. Okay, Dimitri. All right, so tonight we're going to talk about restoring here, right here. And I'm going to go a little bit down to the pancreas, because these are part of the digestive system, okay? All right? But before we do that, may I come over here, please, for Daddy? All right? I want you to lay down. I'm going to put my son on the table, on the chair. Come, son. And I want to show you now how you can push your stomach back down if it is pushing up in the hiatus. Okay, it's very simple, a very simple technique that was taught to me by a chiropractor, Joe Kerber. We worked together for a year and a half. So I'm going to show you how to push your stomach back down if it's pushing up, causing you to have what you call a hiatus hernia. All right. So if you know anybody who have it in your house, a family member or a friend, you can teach them the technique that I learned from someone else. Okay. All right? Dimitri, come, son. Come over here, please. Could you come over here, son? Mia, come here, please. Could you lay on your back over here? Lay on your back for me. Come.
Like this?
Yeah. Mia, come, please. Yeah. I want you to hold the camera right there for Daddy, please. Hold the camera right there for me. Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay. All right. Now once, come, shoot it for me. Keep it right there for me. Right there. Correct on the stomach, right? Right. You see the stomach is right over here, right? Come a little closer for Daddy. You can see the stomach. Wonderful. Hope you all can see a little better. Now his stomach is here, and usually what happens is the stomach pushes up, and the person have troubles in the what we call the budget ingredient. I call it right in here, in the hiatus. So usually the stomach pushes up, the person will get a hiatus hernia. So what we have to do is to put your hands right over here, two hands on the fingers. You can feel the stomach pushing up. All you have to do is push it back down, right? So the patient should take a deep breath. All right, I want to take the deep breath. We do a technique by take a deep breath, son, and we push it back down. Right? When the stomach is down, that patient is going to feel better because they won't find the food sticking in that particular area, and then the hiatus hernia disappears. Huh? It's too dark. It's too dark. You can't see. But put on the light for me. Put on the light for Daddy, so they can see it. Take on the flash for me. Turn the flash for me, please. All right. You can see better now? No, don't forget. Stomach is over here. Intestines is over here. Small intestine is inside the belly. So when the stomach comes up and pushes up, it touches the hiatus, and the hiatus causes a lot of pain right here. Right? So what we have to do is to push the stomach back down where it's supposed to be. So all you have to do is have the patient laying on their back with their hands on the side, and then all of a sudden you're going to tell the patient to take a deep breath. When the patient breathes in deep, you're going to take your two hands, see the stomach, and you're going to push it back down where it's supposed to be. All right? Because usually the liver is over here, like the patient I have today, have a big tumor in his right side, 18 centimeters, that pushing across the liver back to the stomach. If the tumor is too big and it's pushing the stomach over, if the tumor is pushing the liver over to the stomach, automatically the patient won't be able to eat or keep foods down, okay? So usually when the stomach pushes up and the hiatus get affected, it affects the diaphragm, and the patient have a lot of pain. So you have put your hand right over here, yeah, right to the stomach, right to the hiatus is right there, right in the middle here, and then you tell the patient take a deep breath, son, and you push it back down, right? When the stomach comes back, the patient is going to feel much better. You got it, son? You got it, baby? All right.
That wasn't nothing.
Wonderful.
Let me take off the light for you.
All right, come. Okay, wonderful. All right. Okay. Where's the light? Can you take off the light for me, please? Thank you very much. All right. So we see that if the stomach pushes up, it can affect the hiatus, and you can get a hiatus hernia. And once you get a hiatus hernia, you're going to have troubles digesting your foods, okay? There are plans that we can use in the digestive system to repair hiatus, but you have to push the stomach back down where it's supposed to be, all right? Okay. Now, from infancy to death, we keep on pushing everything in this particular part of the body, the stomach. Drugs, stimulants, soda pops, fried foods, greasy foods, tablets, all these things we push down in the stomach, and we expect our stomach to give us energy while we put everything inside there. All right? Automatically what happens to the stomach is it starts to give us troubles long term. And I just mentioned a while ago that a hiatus hernia is one of them. All right? So what we're going to teach you tonight to do is to restore the function of these areas so that you can have better digestive health. And if you have good digestive health, you won't get constipation. If you have good digestive health, you won't get Crohn's disease. If you have good digestive health, you won't have diverticulitis. If you have good digestive health, you won't have ileitis, IBS, or all the other ileitis that they say they can't repair and they don't know what causes these troubles, okay? If you have good digestive health, you won't have duodenum ulcers. If you have good digestive health, you won't have troubles in the stomach, gastritis. If you have good digestive health, you won't have indigestion. And if you have good digestive health, you won't get what we call hyperchlorhydria or hypochlorhydria. All right, don't forget that now. All right, so we're going to teach you, give you some herbs to use to teach you how to fix these troubles. So we're going to go to stomach, small intestines, large intestines, and we're going to go to the pancreas. This one right here. This guy right here, the pancreas. We're going to go to him. So we're going to name some herbs for you to use so that you can restore your digestive system in 14 days. The program is going to start from the 5th to 25th of July and 14 days thereafter. Okay? So we're going to do, first we're going to go and flush out your gallbladder. We're going to flush out your pancreas. We're going to flush out your spleen. And then we're going to come and we're going to flush out your large and your small intestines. That's the first thing we're going to do. All right? So, the first herb you're going to get is a herb called chamomile. And chamomile is a carminative. First herb you're going to get is a herb called chamomile. We're going to mark it on the screen for you. The next herb you're going to get is a herb called wild yam. WILDYAM. The next herb you're going to get is a herb called fennel seed. FENLEL SWD. And the next herb you're going to get is a herb called peppermint. PEPPERMINT. And the last herb for calming this particular area is called ginger. So if there is nauseated feeling or vomiting, these herbs, chamomile, wild yam, fennel seed, peppermint, and also ginger should be used to calm the stomach, right? If there is troubles in the lower bowel, if there is IBS, if there is Crohn's disease, if there is ileitis, if there is mucus colitis, if there is leaky gut syndrome, if there is diverticulitis, the herbs we're going to mention are going to work in this area called the lower bowel. The herbs are yarrow, YARROW. The next herb is called catnip, CATIP. The next herb is called turmeric, TUMERIC. And again, you can go to Nikki Lane's, or you can go to Ambrosia Health Foods and get these plants together because they work together. Shepherd's purse in case there is blood in the stool. Chamomile, sarsaparilla, and an herb called artichoke leaf if there is trouble in the lower bowel. So if you're going to fix the digestive system, these are the herbs you're going to have to use. Lower bowel, troubles in the lower bowel. Don't forget the herbs. Yarrow, catnip, turmeric, shepherd's purse, chamomile, sarsaparilla if there is endotoxins in the gut, and artichoke leaf. All right? You're going to mix them together, and we're going to teach you how to use the plants for the 14 days. Yeah? If there is a duodenum ulcer in the beginning of the small bowel, in what we call the duodenum right over here, right here, we're going to get some sea moss to soothe the ulcers. If you have an ulcer there, you're going to get some sea moss, and the sea moss is going to soothe the ulcer, and mix the sea moss with the catnip, the yarrow, the turmeric, the shepherd's purse, chamomile, sarsaparilla, and artichoke leaf. If there is an ulcer or if there is bleeding, you could add another plant called shepherd's purse. All right? We're going to mark it under the screen so you could follow the program for the 14 days. All right? If there is troubles in the digestive system and the person is over 50 years of age, don't forget now, if you're over 50 and you want to work on restoring your digestive health and you have what we call hypochlorhydria, not hyper, hypochlorhydria, you can use dandelion root, you can use burdock root, you can use gentian, you can use turmeric, you can use yellow dock root, ho hung, Horehound, and another herb called elecampane, Elecampane. If there is what we call hypochlorhydria, don't forget the words now. Hypochlorhydria, that's too little acid. If you have acid reflux and you are under 50 years of age, you're going to have these, you're going to use these herbs are going to be contraindicated, you can't use them. But if you have hypochlorhydria, meaning that you're under the age of 50, you're going to use meadow sweet. You're going to use, look at it right over here, meadow sweet. It's like an acid to drop the acid in the stomach. You're going to use orange peel. You're going to use angelica. You're going to use mint, fennel seed, and you're going to use another plant called marshmallow. You're going to put all the herbs down so that you can restore your digestive health. You're not staying too long tonight, right? If there is diabetes, if you have diabetes or you have what we call borderline diabetes, we're going to work on the pancreas by using this herb called Gentian, gentian. And if there is gallbladder contraction or gallbladder spasm, you are going to increase plants that helps to stop the spasm of the gallbladder. So you're looking at turmeric, and we're going to look at wild yam. If there is troubles in the spleen, and you have troubles between spleen, pancreas, and gallbladder, we're going to use a herb called Rehmannia to help the spleen to function a little better, okay? So we're going to mark all the herbs down in the bottom of the screen. And once you start taking these herbs, we're going to have a program put together for you telling you what foods you would be able to eat for the 14 days to restore your digestive health, and what food you would not be able to eat while you're on the program. It's very significant because when a person have arthritis, all right, when a person have arthritis, the first thing they tell you is arthritis have nothing to do with your digestive system. That's not true. When a person have diabetes or high blood pressure, they say to you that these conditions have nothing to do with your stomach. But they don't understand that everything starts in the stomach walls, in the digestive system. So what we're going to do, we're going to restore the digestive health. And the herbs, you're going to put it under the post for what kind of condition that you have in your earth system. And then automatically, you're going to see how you are going to repair your digestive health, and you're going to have more energy long term, okay? I'm going to take 5 minutes of questions, and then if you have any question, you can pose a question to me right now, only for 5 minutes, because we're going in 5 minutes, okay? So any questions you have, please pose the question. For fibromyalgia, fibromyalgia is dealing with the nerves, overactive nerves. As I said before, that when you have fibromyalgia, it's very significant to work on the nervous system because the nerves are very overactive. All right, so you have to calm the nerves, like when you have an autoimmune disease like lupus. You have to balance back the immune system with fibromyalgia. You have to calm the overactive nerves, okay? And that's where you start. You have to come right over here again, because there is nerves in your stomach. So in order for you to repair fibromyalgia, you're going to have to go back to the earth system and fix all the nerves in your stomach and work on the endocrine system and automatically use nervines or carminatives to help to calm the nerves. Skull cap is one. Lady slipper is one. Heart and leaf and flower is one. We're going to have a whole program on that, so we don't want to get into that tonight. But at the end of the day, to calm the overactive nerves, you have to go back to the earth system. Okay, don't forget that. How do you treat how do we treat achlorhydria? I just mentioned a while ago about achlorhydria. Achlorhydria is really hypochlorhydria. And achlorhydria is when a person is what we call, they have too little acid in the stomach. Don't forget that. Achlorhydria and hypochlorhydria is different. Achlorhydria is hypochlorhydria. So when you have hypochlorhydria, usually you are feeling the same exact discomfort like the person who have too much acid, but you have too little acid because when you pass the age of 50, 50% of the acid in the stomach is gone. So the cells start dumping a little bit more of the acid down here, making you feel like you have too much acid, but you have what we call aclohydria. So as mentioned herbs a while ago, I said they are dandelion root, they are gentian, artichoke leaf, angelica. These are the plants we use for when you have hypo or aclohydria. Okay? Wonderful. You got gout. My left leg is what? Tormented with pain right now. Overactive bladder. What about Lyme disease? Well, Lyme disease is caused by a tick. We could fix Lyme disease. It's very easy to fix Lyme disease because it's caused by a tick. Let's talk about overactive bladder. When you have an overactive bladder, let's go to the bladder area first. Let's go to the bladder. All right. When you have an overactive bladder, it's telling us that either you have what we call intestinal cystitis, meaning that the immune system is very overactive, causing the bladder to malfunction and causing you to have excessive amount of urine. There is a few plants you can use for an overactive bladder. Its first one is called Uveraceae. Next herb is called corn silk. The next herb is hydrangea root. Next herb is called gravel root, and there's the herb called saw palmetto you can use for when you have an overactive bladder, and reishi mushroom to balance back your immune system. All right? How can you easily fix Lyme disease? By putting on programs. It's caused by a tick. All right, well, the next question was what again? Bloating, sclerodoma. Sclerodoma is an autoimmune disease that affects the skin. And usually, when you have sclerodoma is like lupus and myasthenia gravis and muscular dystrophy, whereby the immune system is attacking the skin tissues. In order for you to repair that, you must go back and balance back the immune system and work on your liver. So we're talking about plants like turmeric. We're talking about plants like licorice. We're talking about plants like schisandra berry. And we're talking about plants like, not echinacea, but plants like golden seal and burdock root to help to balance back your immune system with the mushrooms. And once you balance back the immune system, and you work back again on your digestive system, because anytime you have to fix any disease in your body, you must go back right here to the earth system and balance it back. Otherwise, you don't do nothing. All right? How do you heal psoriasis? As I said before, psoriasis again is dealing with the immune system. You have to go and balance back the immune system. Psoriasis are patches on the skin. How do you get patches on your skin? You know what I mean? When you didn't born with the patches. All the patches on the skin is coming from an overactive immune system again. So you have to go back to the digestive system, normalize the digestive system properly by working on not only here, but also working on this particular organ called the liver. Because this organ here, the liver, is the foundation of healthy skin. So once you're going to fix any kind of skin disease, psoriasis, eczema, hives, anything with the skin, you must go to your digestive system, normalize the function of the digestive tract, and also once that area is normalized, automatically your liver will be working properly and you're going to fix psoriasis. So we give you a product called Healthy Skin Compound. We give you some B complex with flax oil, and we give you a cream to rub on the skin, and all the patches disappears, okay? Oh, wonderful. For gout, well, gout is uric acid, and again, you know, they say you can't fix gout. Gout again is coming from the digestive system again. You know what I mean? Too much uric acid in the urine. And once you have gout, a lot of people think that gout starts in your big toe only. That's not true. You can get gout start in the big toe, but comes up to the knees. All right? So gout is a part of arthritis, inflammation. That's what it is. Too much uric acid. So once you have gout, I remove all the offending food like purines. Sardines should be eliminated from the diet. And we use less protein, no heavy proteins. Go to your digestive system again, and we must go to your liver again when you have gout. Because if the liver is bad and the liver can't normalize your protein function properly, it's going to send all the excessive amount of uric acid into the kidney. Okay? And you're going to get what we call gout. So you must go to your digestive system in order for you to fix gout, okay? Migraines. I was a migraine sufferer. And a lot of the times, you have to find out what is causing the migraines. With me, Kirby used to call me to have migraines. If you're eating food together and you don't know the offending foods, you would not fix your migraine, period. So you have to find out what the offending food is in order for you to fix the migraine. So eat food in single forms, and that food that you eat in a single form, if you get a migraine from that food should be eliminated. Okay? Somebody said puerperal neuropathy. Puerperal neuropathy is caused by a lot of people who have diabetes, and the sugar become very high, so it damages the nerves. All right? That's very difficult to repair. But once we're going to fix puerperal neuropathy, we have to look at the digestive system again. And because I said before, there are nerves in the stomach. That's very significant. You have sex organs in the stomach too. So we go back to the whole digestive system, but we also use nervines to fix puerperal neuropathy. All right? So we're looking at skull cap. We are looking at lady slipper. We're looking at Horton. We are looking at ginkgo. We are looking at gota cola. We're looking at lycium fruit. We're looking at cinnamon. And we use these plants together with some B complex and the B12 vitamin, 5,000 micrograms per day for a month or two, taking you off of all the offending foods that cause havoc in the digestive system, in the earth system. And day by day, month by month, you will see your puerperal neuropathy disappear. Lymphedema. How did you get lymphoma, lymphedema or lymphedema? Either you lose your lymph nodes to cancer from either you have breast cancer and the doctors remove 15 or 17 of your nodes, so you get what we call lymphedema. You could get lymphedema from removing the nodes, 17 of your nodes from lymphoma or breast cancer, and you have swelling of the arm. What the doctors do, they give you antibiotics. What I do, I give you diuretics, because the kidney have a lot to do with the lymph system also. So we're looking at diuretics like corn silk, gravel root, uvaracy, hydrangea, cleavers, violet leaves, pork root, red root. And these herbs help to drain the lymphatic system, but because you lost some of your nodes already, it is more difficult now unless you have what we call lymphatic stagnation that causes you to have swelling of the lymph nodes. You can use burdock root, you can use red root, you can use red clover, you can use cleavers, echinacea, and pork root. And if you have lymphatic stagnation and get lymphedema from that, you can drain the lymphatic system normally with these plants, and automatically it will go away. But again, you must come back to the earth system because there are lymph nodes all over here also. So you must clean up the digestive system, the lower bowel, and then you will see your lymphedema or your swelling of the lymphatic system go away. Okay. Rick Spencer, Jimmy Sylvestre is used for diabetes. It is what we call in herbal medicine sugar destroyer. It drops your sugar pretty fast. So if you're taking any drug for diabetes, you have to be very careful taking Jimmy Sylvestre, because it could be very detrimental in terms of dropping your sugar very fast. Okay, it is a sugar destroyer, so you drop your sugar levels pretty quick. Yeah. We're going to put up some numbers that you can get the herbs from, and you can start using these herbs on the 25th of July. Okay. How do I curb desire for sugar? Well, in order for you to cut your desire for sugar, you have to use bitters and sours. You must go to your liver. So you're looking at gentian, you're looking at blessed thistle, you're looking at boldo, and you're looking at another plant by the name of Elacampane or Ho-Hong. And they will ease your urge for sugars, okay? Right, wonderful. Wonderful. A few more questions, and we're going to go because we don't have much time. We're not going to stay too long. Now, if you want to get the herbs, you can go to Ambrosia. Don't forget Ambrosia is 718-469-0985. I think Nikki Lane will put up a number there. You can get the herb from also her. Yes, baking soda is also good for heartburn, Kaisha. But you kind of mix it with a little bit of a plant called orange peel or you can do some hot and leaf and flour, and that will also help with heartburn. Okay, but heartburn again, when you get in heartburn, is because you have acid coming back up, in the sphincter valve. The valve is open and all the acid keep on coming back up and burning your heart. So again, heartburn is coming from too much acid from the stomach walls. So once you normalize the function of the earth system or your digestive system, and you have the foods moving from one place to the next pretty fast, I doubt you're going to get heartburn, okay? Wonderful. Diabetes. All right, Nikki Lynn is putting up a number there. Diabetes, what type of diabetes? Is it type 2 diabetes or type 1 diabetes? Juvenile diabetes or diabetic mellitus? For type 2 diabetes, let's go to the pancreas. Let's go to this gland right here. Remember that your pancreas is part of the earth system, of the digestive system, and your pancreas is the most active gland in your digestive system. Don't forget that. All right? And usually you either have insulin resistance, which can cause you to get diabetes, or you have insulin sensitivity, or you have insulin deficiency. If there is insulin deficiency, it's telling me that your pancreas is not producing insulin, so you're going to have to shoot it. If you have insulin sensitivity, meaning that you can eat 2 slices of bread and your sugar will go high, and another person can eat the same 2 slices of bread and the sugar will stay normal. If you have insulin resistance, once you can fix insulin sensitivity, you will fix diabetes. If you have insulin resistance, you are producing insulin, but your beta cells are not utilizing the insulin well, so the keyhole or the beta or the receptors is not accepting the insulin because there's either cholesterol or fats blocking the receptors, so the insulin can't get in. Once the insulin can go in to open the door, you're going to have insulin in the bloodstream. If the doctors do give you more insulin, he gives you a double whammy, and automatically you have hardening of the arteries, and then you start to have troubles in your heart long term. So if you have insulin resistance, all you have to do is to lose some weight, remove the cholesterol from the receptors, have the insulin from the endocrine part of the pancreas open in your door so that your sugar can get in, and you can fix diabetes that way by losing your weight. Okay? Wonderful. Thyroid nodules. We just had a program on thyroid troubles. So if you go back to my timeline, you're going to see all the program there for thyroid nodules, hyperthyroid, hypothyroid, and thyroid cancer, and nodules in the thyroid gland. Okay? Liver cirrhosis. All right. Cirrhosis of the liver. Once you have cirrhosis of this organ, remember I said before, we had a patient who had cirrhosis, and he was repaired, and his doctors came in and asked the doctors, what did he do? Now the liver, and I want to mention again, alcohol consumption alone do not cause cirrhosis. If you have hepatitis B and C, it can cause you to have cirrhosis of the liver. When you have cirrhosis, we have to increase the function of the enzymes. So we go into an herb called milk thistle, milktistle. Milk thistle is wonderful to restore the liver function. Dandelion root, yellow dock root, blessed thistle, boldo, barberry, and another herb called Oregon grapefruit. And these herbs should be used for at least 3 to 6 months, normalizing liver function, removing yourself of all fried foods, all greasy foods, all alcohol, no cigarette smoking, and increasing the function of the digestive system, and then automatically your liver will work for you. Okay? You will repair your liver long term. You might not be able to get 100% back of liver function, but you might be able to get 80% back. Okay? Don't forget that now. All right? If every one of us give $10, can we get the book published? Yeah, the book going to be out soon. The book is coming out soon. It's going to be on audio books. And we have a publisher now trying to get the book released for us. So don't worry about the $10, brother. We're going to take our time and do it properly so that you all can get a good book to read on a regular basis, okay? UTI and infertility. Thanks, Gordon Cooper, for the love. All right, UTI and infertility. Infertility can be called by different things. If you have a UTI, I mean you have a urinary tract infection. Let's go to the kidney. Let's go to the kidney now. But I ain't showing my face tonight. I'm going to show you all these pictures so you all could get better. Wonderful. Now, if you have a UTI, UTI means urinary tract infection. Usually, if you keep on using sugars of any kind, maple syrup, honey, white sugar, brown sugar, fruits, you'll never fix a UTI. Once you have a UTI, if you don't have interstitial cystitis, you will have to remove all sugars from your diet in order for you to repair a UTI. All right? So if you want to repair a UTI, you got to get a few herbs. The first one is cleavers, Cleavers. The second herb is corn silk, Cornsilk. The third herb is called uvarasi, Uvaurisi. Next herb is called cleavers, Cleavers. The next herb is called Oregon grapefruit, Oregangraperut. And another herb called graveroot, Gravelrot, graveroot. All these herbs should be mixed together and should be taken 3 to 4 cups per day, while all sugars is eliminated from the diet. And once all sugars are gone, you would fix your UTI. If you have a UTI, do not drink cranberry juice. And if you have kidney stones, stay away from cranberry juice if you have kidney stones and if you have a UTI, because drinking the cranberry juice is going to make it worse long term. All right? Wonderful. Going back to the digestive system. Next question. Kidney disease. What type of kidney disease? Is it stage 1 kidney disease? Is it stage 2 kidney disease? Is it stage 3 kidney disease? Go back to the kidney again. This organ right here. This organ is called the water element. And if there is troubles in this organ, because there is high blood pressure, and if there is trouble in this organ, because there is diabetes, now this organ will malfunction, because this organ have nephrons or tubulus, and the nephron help to filter the blood. So if this organ is not able to filter the blood properly because of high sugar levels, or you have your pressure is being high on a regular basis, it's going to damage your kidney. So when you say kidney disease, you have to let me know what stage of the kidney disease that you have. Stage 1 kidney disease mean that your GFR is between 60 and 50. If you have stage 2 kidney disease, it means that your GFR is between the numbers of 50 and 40. If you have stage 3 kidney disease, it means that your GFR is down to 30. If you have stage 4 kidney disease, it means that you have a number of GFR of between 24 and 30. If you have stage 5 kidney disease, now you're looking at what we call kidney failure now. End stage kidney disease, meaning that your GFR is 15 and under. And that is when your turbulus and your nephrons are gone. So restoration of this particular organ is limited if it is under 15. If the GFR is over 20, 25, and 30, you can push back up the GFR, but you're going to have limited regeneration, because usually at those numbers, your nephrons are being destroyed. Then you have to look at your BUN, your blood urea nitrogen results, and you have to look at your creatinine results also. All right, those are very significant in order for you to know what stage of kidney disease that you have, or if you have what we call end-stage kidney failure. Okay? These herb right here, you can write it, called nettle seed, help to regenerate your kidney if it's damaged, but not if you have end-stage kidney disease. All right? Wonderful. Colonoscopy. Yes, I do believe in colonoscopy and ultrasounds, because, as I said before, doctors have their place in medicine. So a colonoscopy is important, especially when you're past the age of 50, because doctors can pick up. Let's go back again to over here. Doctors can pick up. You go back to the colon again. Now, a colonoscopy is just taking an instrument and put it into the rectum of the individual and looking at the camera, the doctor looking at the camera to see what is going on in your colon area. It is very significant for a lot of people who have bowel troubles to do a colonoscopy. If you have cancer in the bowels, also a colonoscopy will detect if the tumor there. If there is polyps in the sigmoid colon, right over here, the colonoscopy can pick it up, and the doctors can pinch out the polyps, test them to see they're cancerous. Because lots of people have what we call sigmoid carcinoma, cancer of the sigmoid colon or cancer of the rectum. And that is caused by waste sitting in the lower bowel over here, causing the waste not to move and causing polyps to form and even causing people to have hemorrhoids too. When you do a colonoscopy, the colonoscopy will look for troubles in the ascending, descending colon, going up to the transverse and back down to the descending colon. So if there is any tumor anywhere in the bowels, the colonoscopy can pick it up. So I will advise people who have troubles in the digestive system or in the lower bowel or in the upper bowel or in the upper digestive tract to also do a colonoscopy to see what's going on in the stomach, okay? All right? Stomach is swelling. If your stomach is swelling, which stomach is right here, if the stomach is swelling, that means that because your stomach is like a fish, like that. If your stomach is swelling, that's telling me that you're either retaining water somewhere in the body, or if you have liver cancer, or if you have stomach cancer, or if you even have 1 minute, if you even have bowel cancer and the cancer moves from the intestines into the stomach, it can cause the stomach to swell. If there is excessive amount of water and the stomach is not digesting properly and is not helping the small intestines and water is coming back and forth, you can also have swelling of the stomach. My advice to the person is to go to a doctor, internal doctor, and do an endoscopy, and where they put Dimitri, where they put an instrument down your throat, and the instrument will determine Dimitri, and the instrument will determine if there is any kind of inflammation in the digestive system, and it will tell you what's going on with the stomach. Could you get back the chat from me, please? I know it just went off. Thanks, son. Get it back here. Right, wonderful. Right, so, all right, we go back over here. Let's go back over here again. All right. So, usually, as I said before, your doctor will take an instrument called an endoscopy, and he will send it down your throat, and it goes into your stomach. So the camera looks at your stomach, and they will see if there is any kind of inflammation, or if there is an ulcer, or if there is what we call the H. pylori bacteria that is causing you to have these bloated feeling, not only in your intestines, but also in the stomach walls too. So your best choice is to go to a doctor and do an endoscopy, and then with the endoscopy it will tell you what's going on in your stomach. If there is trouble in the lower bowel, your doctor will advise you to get a colonoscopy, and that will tell you what is going on in your lower bowel. So as I said before, when you have troubles in these areas that is chronic, you see an internal doctor, and they could do the endoscopy, or they can do the colonoscopy to look and see what's going on in your bowels, okay? And that's why I said before that I practice what we call complementary medicine. I complement what doctors do, okay? Wonderful. Low platelets. Well, low platelets can be caused by a lot of things, including troubles in the spleen and the bone marrow. And you have to give me numbers because the platelets go in different tests, give you a number of platelets from 150 to 450. All right? Low platelets could cause trouble in the liver. Also, because when you have a low platelet count, you bleed a lot. They have a special name for that condition. Something tatomania or phenia with a lot of tongue of your bloodstream. But once you have low platelet count, what I do is, again, we're going to go to, again, this organ again. Once you have low platelet count, I go to what? I go to your liver. Because your liver have lots to do with your platelets. And a lot of doctors do not understand that when you have low platelets, they don't go to this particular organ right here. Because this is the organ that helps with your platelet counts. But because your bone marrow is where all the cells come from, they concentrate on your bone marrow and your spleen. With some doctors, what they do, they remove your spleen right here. See the spleen is at? They remove your spleen if you have low platelet count and it's not rising. They remove the spleen. But remember that your spleen is also part of your immune system. So once they remove your spleen, you are more vulnerable now for getting fevers faster, and they don't fix the troubles long term. So once you have low platelets, we go to your liver, we go to the spleen, we go to the thymus gland right over here. We go to the thymus right there, the thymus gland, and we go to the stomach again. And then automatically, we give you some herbs, and automatically your platelets will rise again. Okay, we do it all the time. All right, wonderful. Myasthenia gravis. Myasthenia gravis, again, is an autoimmune disease. And I said before, if you want to fix myasthenia gravis, if you want to repair lupus, if you want to repair fibromyalgia, and all these autoimmune diseases that people seem to have and say there's no cure, you must go back to the earth system. You must go back and normalize the function of your stomach, your small intestines, your large intestines, and your pancreas. You must go back there. And that's why I said this program starting on the 25th of July is to restore the function of the earth system. All right? Automatically, once you have myasthenia gravis, and I want Sister Maureen to come again on the site, because she came and we had a program with her where she was bedridden with myasthenia gravis, and we got up in 33 days. And she's myasthenia gravis free. Monique Maureen. All right? So you can talk to her, and we can show you how to repair myasthenia gravis naturally. All you have to do is to balance back the function of your digestive system, have nutrients going into the cells and waste coming out of the cells, balancing back the immune system with amphoterics like the mushrooms, and then using immune balance and using foods in a compatible way. And once you normalize the function of this particular area, you're going to see that your myasthenia gravis will disappear, because you have to go back to the earth system to fix all the disease that you all have. All right, wonderful. Parkinson's disease. As I said before, right, there you go, Angie Love. There you go, Angie Love. You name it for me. Thrombocytopenia. That's the name of it, for low platelets. That's the name they give it. All these big names. That's low platelets. Parkinson's disease. Once you have Parkinson's disease, you're going to have to restore the function of the earth system. And once you have Parkinson's disease, I always advise the patient to get a heavy metal test. A heavy metal test is very significant when you have Parkinson's, because all the heavy metal can disrupt the function of dopamine. So you go get a heavy metal test for mercury, MSG, formaldehyde, lead, and arsenic. Once these are high in the blood or in the brain, we give you what we call a heavy metal cleanse by giving you something called tricardia to remove all the heavy metal from the brain, increase the dopamine function, and give you some plants that stop you from shaking, like skull cap. Skull cap is a wonderful herb for that. Magnesium acts on the nerves to stop you from shaking. Another herb is wild yam, lobelia, and all the antispasmodic plants that will stop you from shaking, but you must go and normalize the function of the digestive system, and you must do a heavy metal test first, asking your doctor to do that test for you, and then after the test come back, you can determine what treatment you are going to take for your Parkinson's disease. All right? Wonderful. I just talked about migraines a while ago. If you have migraines, you have to find out what is causing the migraines. You have to look at the offending foods. And some people eat foods together and they do not know which is the offending food that is causing the migraines. Okay? Wonderful. Wonderful. All right? 2 more questions and we got to go. Wonderful. Give thanks and praise to the Most High. As I said before, Lyme disease is caused by a tick. It's an infection. You understand? Once you have Lyme disease, is we must go, if you have an infection, what do they give? Antibiotics? So once you have Lyme disease, you must go to the immune system. You must go and balance back the immune system. You must go to the thymus gland. You must go to the lymphatic system. So you have to use Oregon grapefruit. You must use red clover. You must use golden seal. You must use garlic. You must use onions. You must use ginger. You must go and normalize the function of your liver. And you will fix Lyme disease. You know what I mean? So Lyme disease is not all that hard to fix. All you have to know is what caused Lyme disease and go and find the cause and fix it. Okay? Wonderful. Cataract. Cataract prevention. All right. Cataracts, again, is growths in the eyes. All right? And lots of people feel that cataracts come from old age, and cataract is not from old age. Again, once you want to go and fix glaucoma, cataracts, macular degeneration, retinitis pigmentosa, night blindness, you must go back to the earth system, and you must go to your liver, because your liver, this organ here, have a lot to do with your eyes. This organ right here. Your liver have a lot to do with your eyes because it is the most filter of the blood. So if you have growths in your eyes, like cataracts, you know what I mean? We deal with cataract prevention, but if there is growth, if the cataract is not too big, then you can use bilberry, blueberry, lycium fruit, selenium. You know what I mean? You could put some cucumbers on your eyes. You can wash your eye with eye bright and marigold that have a lot of lutein. And then automatically stay away from all them fried food and greasy food and fix your liver. And you will see these things going away. And you're going to have better eyesight. But how many people take time out to work on their liver? And how many people take time out to work on restoring the digestive system? We eat food from infancy. Putting in food inside here from the time we born till we die. And want this organ here, or this organs here, to take all what we put in there and then shut up without causing no troubles long term. You know what I mean? So you'll have to learn not to eat 3 and 4 meals per day. You'll have to learn to fast. You'll have to learn to give these organs a break, give them a rest. And when you give them a rest, they will take care of you. But if from infancy, you've been chucking all these food down your hatchet every day, drugs, stimulants, you know what I mean? Fried food, greasy food, barbecue food, pork, pigtail, all these foods coming in here on a regular basis. On a regular basis. Come on. It's going to affect you long term. And you don't give it a break. So if you don't give the earth system a break, you don't rest, because all farmers don't plant on a regular basis. They give the earth a break. So the earth can restore itself with minerals. So that when they plant their foods again, or they seed into the earth will give them the produce of the minerals. That's common sense. But you don't give this a break. You don't give them a break. You work them from day in to day out. Night and day, morning, noon, and night. You don't give them a break. From infancy, you're throwing everything inside here. And expect them to take care of you long term. Come on, man. Come on. And that's why I said that the program, starting on the 25th of July, is to restore the function of the digestive system by giving it a break and letting it work for you to get rid of all this Crohn's disease and ileitis and IBS and bloated feelings and acid reflux and ulcer in your duodenum and gastritis and a heartburn. If you fix here, you're going to fix your heartburn. But you have to normalize the function of the digestive system first in order for you to fix your heartburn. It's just common sense, man. I'm a common sense person. Hair loss from what? Yeah. Man, you could fast taking anything. You think taking, it is good to fast if you are taking meds for stage 4, metastatic prostate cancer. That means your cancer gone in your bones already. So why did you let your cancer go into your bones in the first place? You know, you should have fast before the cancer even get into your bones. Because once you want to fix cancer, you must fast. And you must use all the juices from nature. You must go back to the earth. So you taking drugs for cancer that go into your bones already. You know, you got to take that forever. You know what I mean? So you can fast, you know, even though you on certain medication, but you have to be guided. You know what I mean? People have to understand these basic principles. You know? Oregon grapefruit, Lyme disease, effect in the heart. I heard some of these herbs. That's crap. How Oregon grapefruit have berberine? How are you going to affect your heart? Tell me. Anything affecting your heart is stimulating plants. Foxglove. So whoever give you that information, give you wrong information, brother. Okay? Wonderful. Multiple sclerosis. Multiple sclerosis again. Multiple sclerosis. Did you born with multiple sclerosis? No, you did not born with multiple sclerosis. So if you have multiple sclerosis affect the nerves. And it damages the myelin sheath. If your myelin sheath is not damaged, and you can walk properly, and you don't have all these lesions on the brain, in the eyes, in the spine, you can sit and repair your multiple sclerosis. Or you have to go back again, I said, and restore first your digestive system, and then you go to the nervines, you go to the B12, you go to the 7 precious mushrooms, you go to the immune balance, and then you look at the food that you're eating that's causing havoc in the earth system, and you're going to see a big difference in your multiple sclerosis. Wonderful. Yeah, the program starts from the 25th of July, and it's for 14 days. All right, wonderful. All right, so all these troubles that you seem to have, arthritis, cataracts, you know what I mean, all them zombie demons all you seem to have, where you think they're coming from? They're coming from all your earth system. That's where it starts. 80% of diseases start in the earth system. 80%. 80%. 20% of diseases is from the environment. 20%. 80% of the disease that you have, arthritis, all them troubles like eye troubles, high blood pressure, diabetes, they come from right over here. That's where they start. And they start over here because you were not taught how to give this earth a rest. You were taught to just chuck food in there every day, 3 and 4 times per day, killing your organ system, killing the bloodstream, killing the immune system. So if you're killing the earth system, you're killing the immune system. If you're killing the earth system, you must get multiple sclerosis. If you're killing the earth system, you must get arthritis long term. If you're killing the earth system, your blood must be contaminated. If you're killing the earth system because you're constipated, you must get IBS. If you're killing the earth system because you're not moving waste on a regular basis, you're eating 3 meals per day and going to the bathroom once per day, you must have IBS. You must have troubles down here. And the trouble's going to leave here and go here and go here. Or the trouble's going to leave here and go here and go there. It's common sense, man. It's common sense. So in order for you to restore your function of system here, you must use herbs from the earth that God put on the earth for us to use. You must use them. Have to use them. I give you all the plants. You're going to put them down under the post and you can pick them up. And once you pick them up, you're going to put a program together starting from the 25th of December for you to restore your digestive health. And you're going to see in 14 days how your IBS will start to go away. You're going to see all your leaky gut and your skin trouble is going to start to go away. You're going to see all your colitis and your mucous colitis going to start to disappear. You're going to see all your Crohn's disease and your gastritis and your acid reflux going to disappear. Because we're going to teach you how to restore the digestive system properly in 14 days. I mean, all right? How do I elevate kidney function? What's going on with the kidney? In order for me, Patrick Delves, to elevate your kidney function, I have to know what's going on with your kidney. What is causing the kidney to malfunction? High blood pressure, lupus, diabetes, all these autoimmune diseases damage your whole kidney long term. You know what I mean? So in order for us to fix these troubles, we have to go back. I'm making when you go back to the place where it all started. Right there. In the earth. Come on. How do you get started, Warren? Rowena? You get started on the 25th of December by calling, you could call Nikki Lane, Ambrosia, to get the plans that I mentioned a while ago. We're going to put all the plans down. We ain't hiding nothing from nobody because each one teach one. You understand? All the plans going to be there, and then you could get the plans. Once you get the plans organized, you can follow the program starting from the 25th of July for 14 to 50, 20 days. All right, and you're going to see. All right, wonderful. Give thanks and praise to the Most High Jehovah God, and don't forget that each one teach one. Pass the message on to somebody else. Maggie, you can buy the herbs. You can buy the herbs from either Ambrosia 718-469-0985, and these herbs come packed already together. They come in packages like these over here, like this here. See it here? This is a packet for IBS. It's an IBS formula, and all the herbs are there. And you can look up the plants and educate yourself about plants. And you can buy them in separate herbs, and then you can mix them together. And then you can follow the program, because the program is going to be written down for you to follow. We're going to tell you what foods to eat to help to keep the digestive system in order, in balance. Okay? All right? So the program starts from the 25th of July for 14 days, and then we're going in August, starting on another yeast and parasite cleanse to keep yeast and parasites away, because once yeast and parasites stays away, you will not get cancer easy. Okay? So blessed love, and don't forget to give thanks and praise to the Most High Jehovah God. Peace. And if you clean up the earth system, you wouldn't get cancer in your brain either. Once you keep your earth system healthy, the digestive system working well, you can never get brain cancer. And if you have brain cancer, then tumor will start to shrink. Once you clean up the earth system, don't forget that. Blessed love and good night, and give thanks and praise to the Most High Jehovah God, because at the end of the day, He's the ultimate healer. Okay, Rick Spencer, I'll let you know. You can inbox me, and then I can let you know when I'm going to come to Georgia, okay? Blessed love to everybody. And don't forget, each one, teach one. You know what I mean? Angel on hand is okay. I guess she's all right. Peace, Ediana, Odelaya, blessed love. And keep the message going on to our people so they could learn to take up the system. Nikki Lane, blessed love to everybody. Wallace Rodriguez, good night. Caroline Courtney, good night. Patricia Thomas, good night. Blessed love to everybody. And don't forget, each one, teach one. Pass the message on to somebody else. Blessed love.